Hello, this is Dr. Christy Patton-Lukes, your instructor for Chemical Engineering 3111. Lab 0 is going to be very, very simple. We're going to look at measurement and error estimates. So what I'm going to ask you to do today is to find the specific gravity of an avocado. Okay? I'm ultimately going to ask you to tell me what is the specific gravity and then what are the error limits on this. And by error limits, I want plus or minus a value that is a fraction of that specific gravity. So it'll be a number. If I had asked you for density instead of specific gravity, you might give me something like the density is 100 grams per milliliter plus or minus 1 gram per milliliter. Something along those lines. But I want specific gravity. Now, normally what I would do in class is I would just supply an assortment of really random kitchen quality measurement tools and let you figure out how to do this. But because I don't really know what you're going to have available to you, I've just taken some pictures of some measurements that I took for this particular avocado. So first thing I did was I got out my kitchen scale and I found that the mass of this was 0.263 kilograms. And I zeroed the scale before I weighed the avocado, but then when I lifted it off the scale, I noticed that it said 0.001 kilograms. And so based on that, what would you think that the error in this measurement was? So I would say it was 0.263 kilograms plus or minus 0.001 kilogram. Okay, that would be my estimate. You might have a different opinion on that. But there's always an error estimate, even when I get a digital readout on something like this. But now, let's look at figuring out the volume. So I measured the length and the diameter of this avocado. And so these are the measurements, and I'll let you pause the video or download the original slide set so you can zoom in on the pictures and maybe get a better estimate of that. But I want you to figure out what are the length and the diameter of this avocado, however you define those things. And then, so think about then what are the errors in those measurements? For instance, the diameter, where along that avocado are you measuring that? And then could you use those to get an estimate of the volume? Knowing it's not going to be perfect, but could you estimate the volume with those measurements? And so, if so, what would you estimate that volume to be? And what would the error limits be? Okay, so take some time and do that. In the meantime, I've gone ahead and measured the volume directly. So I got a measuring cup, I put some water in there, and then I dropped the avocado in there. And so you have a direct volume measurement. Okay? So you now have all the information you need to estimate the specific gravity of the avocado and its error limits. So I want you to estimate the specific gravity. I want you to estimate the error in the specific gravity. So you might report something, I just made up some numbers, 0.194 plus or minus 0.003. All right, so that last digit there matches my last digit in the first number, right? So they don't go to any more significant figures than that. What I want you to do is I want you to send me your answer. I want you to tell me how you could have gotten a better estimate, or you could have decreased the error. That would also be equivalent to getting a better estimate. And then also just describe to me what you did to estimate the error. So that's going to be Lab 0. Submit that. There's no homework associated with this one. And then move on to Lesson 1. All right. Thank you very much for your time.